Good morning, gang. It's Friday the 22nd. Oh, it was the 25th then for a moment. When's the 25th? Oh, it's on Monday. It's Friday the 22nd of September 2017. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk on what looks like a very, very beautiful day out there. The sun is beaming, boys and girls. Are you ready for our Indian summer? Yeah, someone to say that's racist now. Why is it called an Indian summer? Nothing to do with the Indian people. Oh, that's really racist. Come on, who's going to be the first one to moan this morning? Oh, you like a good moan, don't you? Oh dear, moan and they moan and they moan and they moan. Anyway, let's please the lefties this morning. Good morning, lefties all over the place. In yesterday's Daily Mirror, look at this: a 5-day. Repeat, 5-day Indian summer is about to bestow this wonderful country of the United Kingdom. Yes, boys and girls, a 5-day Indian summer will make Britain hotter than Barcelona. La 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 la, Barcelona. I still can't quite get the high notes. The voice has still not quite returned to normal, boys and girls. We're going to be hotter than Barcelona with temperatures reaching... it says 24C. What's that? What's that C? What's that? It's Fahrenheit. We use Fahrenheit in this country. This is the United Kingdom here, not Europe. It's Fahrenheit. So it's 24. It's times 2, isn't it? Centigrade to Fahrenheit is times 2 plus 30. So 24. 48, 58, 67, so that's about, it's going to be about 130 degrees at the weekend here in the UK. How fabulous is that? 24 degrees centigrade, 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, wonderful. And luckily, all my flowers are still out in the garden. They haven't started dropping off or gone. They go black, don't they? When they get a bit of frost, a lot of plants go black. That happens to you bits of your body, you know, when you're dead. You do. You go black. You go completely black. And bits fall off. And gradually you disintegrate into dust. At which point you become another tree. Or a daffodil. What would you like to come back as? A tree or a daffodil? That's the question. Continental hot air in yesterday's Mirror. Bringing the sizzle will blow in after tomorrow's yesterday's equinox marks the official first day of autumn, which has happened now, of course, following a drab month so far. I mean, we didn't have a bad. Let's be honest, we didn't have too much of a bad summer this year, did we? It was okay. Summer was all right, wasn't it? Oh, occasional day here, a little bit nippy. I think we had a blooming lovely summer. And we're going to get an Indian summer as well. A whole week of it. That's fantastic. Starting at the weekend. Tomorrow. Saturday. I mean, it's already looking really nice out there. I can't wait to sit in the garden. I really can't. It's been a little bit nippy here and there, you know, so I haven't done much gardening, but there's a bit of work to do in the garden, so I'll probably do that this weekend. Parks and gardens will be busy, as the Met Office predicted dry skies and sunshine for most. Today we're going to get 70 degrees, climbing up to 74 on Saturday, 75, 78 on Sunday. How fantastic is that? Highs nudging the mid-20s centigrade were forecast by Meteo Group. The southeast, of course, will be the hottest, which is where I am, here in Bracknell in Berkshire, if you were wondering where I am, in this purpose-built large television studio. Oh, yes, a proper television studio, I mean. You don't think this is some spare room, do you? No, it's massive. It's all glass construction. As you come down any of the motorways around this area, the M3, the M4, you can see a very bright, it's like a star. It's like a star shining in the middle of a forest. That is where I am. Yes, staff running all over the place, doing little bits and pieces for me. That's where I am, you see. Anyway, yesterday was quite a busy day for me, boys and girls. Thank you for your messages coming in. I shall read those out in a moment, my darlings. Okay, and thank you, those of you that have taken the time and trouble also to share our little show to your wall. We're on Facebook Live, Periscope, YouTube, and a couple of others. Okay, that's where you can find us this morning. Generally, my username for everything is Chris Reardon UK. So if you're not on the Facebook, join us on there, facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. And we'll have the phone lines open as well in a moment, just in case you want to call in this morning. So yesterday, after I finished the show yesterday, I did quite a lot. I had a bank deposit to make. I had to put my wages in the bank, so I did that yesterday. Like to get rid of the money first. You know, I've got a list of things to do. I like to get rid of the money first in case I'm tempted to spend it. No. Oh, God, it'll be a terrible day if I ever have to go to a cash machine and remove money from the bank. My God, that will be like worse than King Ching Chong Ping firing one of his nuclear missiles over at Japan. He's still at it, isn't he? Has he got a little chemistry set at home that he keeps experimenting with these little things? It's all very worrying. President Trump and him... Chump. Is it Chump? President Chump and King Ping Pong. Ching Chong. Kim Un. Rowing all the time on the television. What's all that about? Rowing and rowing and rowing, they do. I don't know what's wrong with them. Yes. So, made a bank deposit yesterday. Then I went to the dump, the Bracknell dump, where I deposited a very large old car battery. Now, I have, as well as normal solar panels on my roof, like, you know, what you'd have someone install, I've got one on a tree outside which charges a big car battery and provides some kind of emergency lightning here, just in case all my electric goes off, which happens sort of once every 10 years. You know, but just in case, I've got this battery downstairs which charges which continually charges, and I've got a few lights and things in here. That's died. Now I have a spare battery, so I swapped it over onto the other one, and I wanted to get rid of the other one, the one that's not working anymore. It's an old caravan battery. My God, it's heavy. It's really heavy. It's got these two plastic handles on it, and it's really difficult to pick up. It's so heavy. So I've got a big plastic, like an Adidas box thing, and I put it in that, which is a bit wider, so that was easier to pick up and sort of hold into your body. And, of course, I used to have a stomach I could rest it on, but that's gone now since my Slimming World success. Only £6 to go. Oh, yes. So I took that down there and also got rid of my old microwave. I think we were saying yesterday, the trouble with microwaves, they don't seem to go wrong. What happens with microwaves is that the paint starts peeling off inside. Have you noticed that? Now, it does say on the instructions that you're supposed to always dry out a microwave after you've used it. And I'm sure you've noticed whenever you put anything in a microwave, and it bing, and the door, and you open the door. Unless can you get automatic microwaves where the door opens automatically? Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it? That would be good. Oh, I'd like automatic doors in this house, like they have on Star Trek, with the noise, with of course like whoosh, whoosh, automatic doors. Anyone got automatic doors in their houses? That'd be a good thing, wouldn't it? We got some technology stuff coming up for you in a little bit on the show, boys and girls, okay? So I got rid of the microwave, and it does say to wipe it off inside. And when you look at it, whatever you've cooked in there, there's always this, like, thin film of water all over the microwave. And it's just sheer laziness, really, is why I don't, or not in the past, have been drying it out. And all you need is a tea towel, quick rub in there, and it's all dried out. So I must do that in future, and perhaps we'll get a few more years out of the microwave. The new one I bought from Amazon, one-click ordering, I got a Sharp, only £52. It's good, isn't it? And again, I said this yesterday, you know, £52 for all that technology. You turn the thing and it cooks your food, and yet people will spend £100-200 on a shirt. And that's not a joke. There is a shirt. Funnily enough, I quite like Ralph Lauren stuff. My mate got me onto all this stuff. It's good quality clothes. And, you know, to be fair, you buy a Primark T-shirt, I don't know, for like £3. I mean, how long do you think that's going to last? You buy a Ralph Lauren T-shirt for anything upwards from £75 up. You'll have it for years and years and years. And they just sent me an email yesterday, funnily enough, Ralph Lauren, saying a certain type of T-shirt is back. Have a click here to have a look. I click it. It's £199 for one T-shirt, dear. I can't remember what one it is now. Of course, I'll show my mate will have received that email as well because he's signed up to the Ralph Lauren thing. And Chris, have you seen it? Look, I've got to have one. And he'll have one. He'll save up and buy that one T-shirt for 200 quid. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if you could keep wearing it and you wouldn't have to wash it. You know, maybe it's got some sort of exciting new experimental material what will absorb all the stench coming out of you. Actually, there's a few people. There's a particular person who comes to one of my karaoke nights who could do with one of those. This particular person needs his entire amount of clothes made out of that material. Oh, it's ghastly. No, I'm not going to tell you who that is. Absolutely not. So went to the dump, got rid of that. There was no queue at the dump yesterday, funnily enough. There's always, and it felt very helpful round there, I think, the Bracknell dump. There's always men sweeping up, and if they see you're having a bit of trouble, they come over. You all right with that, mate? You all right with that, mate? He goes, oh, yes. Could you get this out of the car, please? But I was able to do it. Dumped my stuff in the appropriate places. It's amazing the stuff you find there, though. You know, do you remember the old television sets? And when I say old, they're not that old. You know, I'm about 6 or 7 years old. With the back, you know, the great big backs that you could not lift on your own. There's always loads of those there. And I'm very much surprised if they don't work. People just don't want them anymore. They've all upgraded to, I don't know, 50, 55, 65-inch television sets. That's the next one I'd like, 65-inch. Trouble is, there's nothing wrong with I've got a lovely Panasonic set downstairs. You know, it's got to be coming up to 10 years old, but there's nothing wrong with it. And I'm not someone, I don't like to just buy new things because there's an upgrade coming. In fact, talking of upgrades, boys and girls, in this morning's Super Soaraway Sun, it says the Apple iPhone release launched yesterday, or you launched today. Have you got yours yet? Are you excited? No? Me neither. Well, apparently neither is a lot of other people. The Apple iPhone 8 launched today around the world, but witnesses claimed the queues have been smaller than previous years. Traditional queues outside the technology giant's flagship retail stores appear to be smaller than usual, with a third new device, the ultra-premium iPhone X, which will be released later in the year. The Sun's Margie Murphy was at the UK launch of the iPhone 8 at the flagship Regent Street store. Here's what she said. A queue of about seven lucky people stood at the front of the queue, surrounded by a pack of photographers, 3 police and 4 bodyguards. I mean, for God's sake, it's a blooming item, isn't it? Why would you need bodyguards to go and buy an iPhone? What is wrong with these people? Oh, blimey, we got a call coming in already. Good morning, who's calling on the line? Luke. Good morning.
It's me, Chris. How are you doing?
Oh, dear, that's a really bad phone line.
Is it?
Yeah, speak again.
Maybe we should bring you on the phone number.
No, I'll have to let you go, Luke. That's really bad, mate. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Luke. Oh, that did sound bad, didn't it? Cool, dear. Anyway, we'll maybe try again in a little bit, Luke. Let me just finish the story first, okay, mate? The queue, let's have a look. Retail worker Salam Mohammed, 24, from Stratford, said he'd been in the queue since 10 o'clock the previous evening. What's all that about? I was waiting in my brother's car around the corner. Then the manager came and let us know they were getting ready at 6 o'clock in the morning. But the security guards have been here since 9 o'clock at night. Every year there's a big massive queue, and this year's there's not that much. I think people are waiting for the iPhone X. Really? They're waiting to spend £1,000 on an iPhone? Gosh, that's really expensive. Hundreds of people usually gather at the Apple's Sydney City store, Sydney in Australia, with queues winding down the town's main street, George Street, when there's a new product release. But there were fewer than 30 people lining up before the store opened on Friday, so I don't know. Maybe people are not wanting that thing this time. What's it do that my iPhone 5, my iPhone SE doesn't do? You know, that's the thing, isn't it? Can you do everything that you want to do on your iPhone? why buy another one then? That's my opinion of that. Don't know what you think. Stick a little message there if you want to. Good morning to Adam. Let's say hello to our early people this morning. Morning, Adam. Diane. Good morning to Ray Reynolds. Hi to Ray Reynolds International. Guillermo. Hello, sir. From Gran Canaria, Dennis is there. Good morning to Diane. Now, Diane is singing tonight, boys and girls. Diane is performing tonight, and she has asked me to mention her little show for you, which is at the Two Brewers. She's part of a duo called Heart and Soul, and they do all like soul-y type numbers. And there's such... Diane, you're going to go red, dear. You're going... Why can't I get that message up? There it is. You're going to go red, but the two of them are such lovely people. They're such lovely people. They do all these soul numbers, and it's warm and nice and good singing. And they're doing a show tonight called The Talk of the Town, which is at the Two Brewers in Clapham, which is where I used to work on a Thursday night. 7 o'clock is the start time. We've got Sophie, who's an excellent drag queen, hosting it. I haven't seen her for years, but again, she's a wonderful person as well. 7 o'clock, the Two Brewers, 2 night, only 10 quid. If you want a little bit of nighttime entertainment for you this evening there. All right, boys and girls, so there we are. That's Diane who's with us this morning with the little pink lips that she's just texted me there. Good morning to Imra. I think we'll block you, my darling. Just a moment. Show us your what? Oh, dear. Going to have to block you, darling. Never mind. There we are. And... blocked. I actually... I actually... Now, where's that gone? Oh, I've lost everything now. Oh, dear. What have I done? I've done something wrong now. I've lost everything now. Let's see if that should disappear shortly, that little message for you. Oh, show us your what? Hang on a minute. Delete. Good morning to Ashley. Very well, Ashley. Ashley's just been away on holiday, haven't you? Hope you're well, Ash. Nice to see your little face pop up there. Good morning to Paul Gallagher, who says, I think you look the perfect weight, Chris. Don't get too skinny. I've got 6 pounds to lose, Paul. My target weight is 12 stone. If you haven't got a target, you know, there's no point. My target weight is 12 stone. I was 12.6 on Tuesday. I'm hoping to be 12.5. We're doing it slowly. We must do it slowly, okay? Good morning to John Child. It was lovely to see John at the Camden Eye, where we do karaoke on a Sunday night. We do karaoke tonight as well, boys and girls. If you're in the North London area in King's Cross, join us for karaoke tonight. That's Friday night from 8:30 until midnight. Okay, that's at the Central Station, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross tonight, 8:30 to midnight. John is waiting for a washing machine to be delivered. Are you really, John? What time is that coming then, love? It's not an all-day appointment, is it, with Currys? Oh, God blimey, no. The last large item I bought from Currys was about 24 years ago. I will not buy from them anymore. They may well have changed it. I find them completely disinterested in anything they're trying to sell in the shop. And it was a cooker, actually. You may know, or you know I'm a landlord. When my mother and father died, I put my half of the money into properties. And I've got a few places, all out here in Bracknell. There's nothing in London. And I have to have a cooker delivered. So I went into Currys and I ordered this cooker. And I've paid the money. He said, what time will it be? It'd be Monday, 8 to 5. I said, is that morning or afternoon? And I can't do that. Morning, it'd be 8 to 5, mate. It was very much like, oh, Christ, okay then. So I went down to this house. You know, of course, there's no electric or anything. Everything's off because there's no one in there. And Currys turned up. Actually, they turned up about 10:30, which wasn't bad. I'd been there since, I think, 8 o'clock. So that wasn't too bad. And the knocks on the door. So there's this cooker outside. Hello, mate. Got a cooker for you. Okay. Brings it in, plonks it down just behind the front door. So could you just put it there? And that's the kitchen area over there. No, you haven't paid for installation, mate. Just sign there. Well, I don't want it installed. Could you just put it over there, please? No, we've just delivered it here, mate. And I never ever ordered anything from them again. Rude. Scruffy old bastards as well, they were. Nope, don't order anything from Curry's anymore, John. I order everything like that. I order from John Lewis. It's never any more expensive. And if you find it cheaper somewhere else, you just tell them and they match the price. 2 men turn up, all in green uniforms. Where would you like it, sir? They put it wherever you want it, you know. They take away all the packaging, all the rubbish, and make it all nice and flat and stable. I never, ever buy anything from anywhere else anymore. John Lewis, that's it. And if something goes wrong, you pick up the phone, the next day someone's there to fix it. That Curry's was dreadful. I don't know if it's any different now. What are they called now? Dixon's Electrical? I can't remember. They changed the name, didn't they? Didn't they change the name? Or Curry's? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, it was Curry's at the time. Horrendous. Horrendous. Good morning to Colin. Good morning, Colin. Hope you're well, sir, this morning. Paul says, when you think about it, clothes on average were more expensive 30 plus years ago. Yeah, I suppose that's before they started having all these sweatshops and things like that, isn't it? Eh? In India and China, but there's people out there, you know, putting these really cheap clothes together who have barely got 2 pennies to rub together themselves. But do we stop buying them? No. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Isn't it? Morning to Ross Hayden, who's watching on YouTube. Good morning, Ross, who says, I'm on his 55-inch TV, larger than life. Oh, my God, I'll have to lose even more weight then, Ross, if I'm looking fat on your 55-inch TV. And good morning to Eric Mintzberg, who loved the show. He's also watching this morning on YouTube. So hello to you as well, sir. And we've got someone on Periscope as well, I think. Good morning to Terry, who's watching on Periscope. Good morning, Terry. If you want to send messages, whatever method you're using to watch the show, I can get these messages in now, and it's rather wonderful. Okay. There's Luke again. Let's try Luke again. See if this phone is working now. Good morning, Luke. How's that now? Morning. Oh no, Luke, no, it's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know what's gone on with your phone, Luke. It's really bad. It's just like it sounds like you're on top of a microphone and you're screaming down it. I can't put that on for that through people's ears in. I'm sorry, mate. Not your fault, I suppose. There's something wrong with your equipment there. I wonder if you're using Skype and that's what's not working. But it's really bad, Luke. Sorry, mate. Paul says when they weren't all from India and China. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying there. They're all, they're all very badly paid working in these sweatshops and things. Ashley says, I'm excited. I can't wait to get my iPhone X. You're not buying an iPhone X, are you, Ash? Are you really? When does that one come out? Oh, you've got to bring that in to show me. Perhaps we could make a little video together. That would be nice, isn't it? Your boyfriend could hold the camera while we're making a little video. For the viewers, of course. Are you liking the sound of that, lovey? That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it, eh? Good morning to lovely Christina Ewing. I love Christina Ewing's surname because it reminds me of the Ewings from Dallas. But does anyone else want to try that phone to see if it's my end? I'm just wondering if it might be my end instead of Luke's. So phone lines are open, boys and girls. If you want to call in, anyone wants to call in, there's a phone line up there now, okay? 020 8144 3477. 020 8144 3477. Adam says, was Luke on an iPhone 8? Perhaps he was the first one to get it in the queue, was he? Was he the one queuing up last night for 12 hours so he could be the first one? There we go, got a phone call coming in there. Let's try Adam the plumber. Is that working? Good morning, Adam.
This is a United Kingdom test call. Testing line.
Yeah, that sounds all right, Adam. That's all right.
Is that working?
Other than it being a bit muffled because you're on an iPhone 7 and it's not in front of your mouth.
I know. I think Luke was actually calling in on an iPhone X8.
Well, they're even worse than the iPhone 7s. What, like, you sound this morning like you're talking through a pillow.
Well, no, I'm in the I'm in for our American viewers. I'm in the men's room.
Are you in a toilet doing some work?
I am. I'm unblocking a toilet while I'm listening to you.
I will not have people unblocking toilets while I'm doing my patter. You will stop work immediately and pay full attention to the show, dear.
We better phone the Network Rail and ask me to give me the day off then.
Have you ever found anything of value down one of those pipes that you climb down, other than all the other rubbish that you see down there, or anything interesting?
I have, yes. I have found there was I worked for a housing association many years ago, and I went to a property and their toilet had blocked because the lady had been out on a night out beforehand with her husband.
Right. Adam's a plumber, by the way, if you were wondering. That's why we're talking toilets. Carry on.
And basically, she'd been out the night before on the juice, as they say, and she got home and unfortunately had how can I put this being breakfast show, been sick.
She had what?
And she'd been sick down the toilet bowl.
Oh dear. Yes.
And in the process, she had lost her false teeth. And these false teeth were worth about £650.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they are dear, those things, aren't they?
Yep, they are. And basically, I unblocked the loo at the main drain where the main drains were, and the very last thing to come out were her false teeth.
Oh, she was lucky. What did she do? Just rinse them under the tap and shove them back in her gob?
I think she sent them to be specially sterilised.
Oh, how ghastly, dear! I couldn't put them back in my mouth.
Gone into the sewer.
How could you possibly put those back in your mouth after that? It doesn't matter how many times you put them through that dishwasher. There's no way I could put teeth like that back in my mouth again. Could you? I mean,
no.
If I said to you, they had now been perfectly sterilised. They'd been in a 200-degree steam machine for 3 days. Yep. They'd been dipped in disinfectant for a month and had been bleached thoroughly. Could you then put those back in your mouth?
Well, possibly.
Oh, I don't think I could. Oh, how ghastly.
Possibly.
Oh, that's awful, Adam.
Mobile phones is another one that you sometimes find in there.
Mobile phones, yeah, I should imagine you...
Mobile phones.
Yes.
Found a bottle of Hugo Boss.
Yes.
One of the Boss balls. You know, the round Boss balls.
The round
found
what?
one of those down there. The round Boss ball. You know, Hugo Boss, the aftershave. It comes in a little round ball.
Oh, does it? I don't know. I haven't got any aftershave.
Yeah. So that's
you found one of those down there?
Yeah, one of those. It fell off the guy's shelf into the toilet and he didn't notice.
God.
And, got flushed away and got stuck in the...
and got stuck in the thing.
In the pipe.
Yeah, in pubs, for whatever reason, people chuck cans and glasses down the toilet. I just don't understand that at all.
Underpants is quite a common one.
Oh. Well, leave it there, thank you, Adam. Well, you've just proved that the phone's...
that conversation.
You proved the phone's working okay, my darling. Fantastic.
Good. All right, then. Carry on listening to you. I'm now in the ladies' room.
Thank you, Adam. We'll carry on for another 20 minutes or so, all right?
All right.
Just for you. Just for you. Cheerio, Adam. Adam the plumber there. On another bad phone. Oh, dear. Now, he's on an iPhone 7. And they are the worst. People move them slightly because they're much bigger than these. This is like the normal size phone. I've rarely had anyone say I can't hear you on this. Okay, but the iPhone 7s are dreadful. Sorry, it's the 7 Pluses because they're so big and people just don't seem to be able to hold them in the right place for some reason. Never mind. Diane thanks us for mentioning her show tonight. Thank you, Diane. I have a great show tonight. I'd come myself, but I'm doing the karaoke, of course. All right, so there you are. Phone number up there, 0208 144 3477 if you want to call in, boys and girls, okay? So after I've been to the bank and dumped my thing, I popped home to Morrison's because I've become a bit of a savvy shopper. I'm starting to learn that certain items are cheaper in certain places. And certainly, two of the things that I usually buy are Quorn peppered steaks. Now, you know I'm vegetarian. I eat quite a lot of the Quorn products. That's Quorn. And they do peppered steaks. Waitrose, £3. Sainsbury's, £2.75. Morrison's, £2.50. So I went in there yesterday, and I usually clear them out, actually, because they've got a long shelf date. You can have these Quorn steaks, and they can last, I think, three or 4 weeks. So I check the date first, obviously, and then I buy them all up. And I thought I bought 15 of them yesterday. And I generally have a couple of those with baked beans on top when I come in from work. That would be my, like, late meal, and then I go to bed. So I bought 15 of those, say 50 pence each. So it's 51. That's £7.50. And yes, £7.50, isn't it? So I've saved £7.50 there. And also, I use a lot of little Italian cherry tomatoes in a tin. Again, in Morrison's, £89. I think in Waitrose, they're £1 something. So I probably saved 10 quid yesterday. Now, that's, you know, if you're saving 10 quid every couple of weeks, well, that's like £250 a year, isn't it? Is it? 250, yeah, it's about 250 quid a year. That's a holiday. It's a holiday. The Quorn pieces, I buy those from Aldi. I buy my yogurts from Aldi. They're 65 pence instead of £1. You know, so it is worth shopping around. It's always worth shopping around. A lot of this stuff, the milkman used to deliver a lot of this stuff, didn't they? You'd have your milkman. I remember when I first moved here to Bracknell in 1992. And I was a DJ at that point. I just did DJing at that point. And I'd come home late in the morning usually, and I'd be coming down my road at 3 o'clock, and I'd pass several milkmen, you know, in various different parts on the way home from work. You don't see them anymore. I never see a milkman anymore. And it's sad. It's sad. I don't know if that's everywhere else in the country. You know, everyone goes to the supermarket and all that, just picks up another carton of milk. No clanging of bottles, and that little cart that used to go, used to whiz up the road, electric cart, wasn't it? I miss the milkman. We missed the milkman. Of course, as well as the milk, you used to get the butter and the bread. I think they sell other stuff as well on there. That's a great shame. So I went to Morrison's. My friend Ray works there, actually. Ray works at Morrison's in Queensbury, and he's on the bread and cakes counter there, and he's a nice bloke. He is. He used to come on the stage when I was working at the Black Cap in Camden Town and do the actions to Tragedy. You know the song by Steps, Tragedy. Da, 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 da. Oh, he wasn't the only one. I mean, there was a load of them doing it on there. So good morning to Ray if he's around this morning. After that, came back, had a little bit of sleep, got up, had some dinner, and I recorded Monday's music and chat show. I generally do that on the Thursday night. So Monday's music and chat show is now in the can, ready for play out on Upload DAB Radio on Monday, also available online. You'll see a little message come up. Sort of around about 9 o'clock Monday morning, letting you know that's going to happen at 10 o'clock. And of course, if you haven't got DAB where you are, you can listen online as well. Okay, 0208 144 3477 is the phone number this morning. Now, I was watching on Sky News this morning, and the newsreader, it was quite funny actually. She just finished reading her story like that, you know, and to camera, and then she started walking off. And a voice from afar said, "Where are you going?" She said, "Oh," she came back, she said, "I thought that was the end of my bit." And this voice said, "Well, it is, but the camera was still on you." And the camera then went to the other presenter, and it was the presenter shouting at her. And he said, "Okay, you can go now, it's on me." And she didn't know where to look, bless her heart. But they were talking on Sky News this morning about new technology. And how wonderful technology and the stuff that we can do now or have done to us now. For example, you know, electric pacemakers and the newsreader himself, he had this gadget which tells him to do with his diabetes. I think how much glucose there is or something like that. Whether he has to jab himself, I don't know. But he's got this little device there. And the bloke he was talking to, he said, well, in soon... We're not talking 20 years down the line. Soon, you will have a gadget where you won't have to look at it. It will just do what it has to do automatically without you even having to, I've got to do that now. Well, you won't have to do that. We'll all be walking around with implants. I think I saw somewhere some bloke's already got an implant in his hand, which I think is like a credit card, and he just waves it over these machines and it takes the money. It's all very clever. In this morning's Daily Mail, it says it's often true to be said that truth is stranger than fiction. But the lines between truth and science fiction are set to blur, with an expert predicting a raft of extraordinary new inventions coming on shortly. Let's just go to the phone lines. Christina in Port. I've got you. Do you know I've got you up there as Christian? I've got you as Christian. Isn't that strange? But I knew it was you straight away from the way the phone rang.
Oh, why did it have the Dallas tune to it?
Da 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 da. Good morning, Christina.
I used to have that as my phone ring on my mobile.
Oh, did you really? I've got my mate's ringing. Although I've lost the ability to be able to. I used to create my own ringtone from bits of theme music.
Oh yes,
Yeah, I've got an iPhone, but I don't seem to be able to do. It was complicated to do it. You couldn't just take a little bit of music and upload it to the phone. You had to put it on iTunes and then do something else with it. And I can't remember for the life of me how to do it anymore. But my mate's ringing tone, which I did some time ago, is Dynasty, because he reminds me of Crystal Carrington. You remember Crystal, didn't you, with the blonde hair and the earrings?
The extremely big hair, yes.
Yeah. Good morning, Christina. What can I do for you this morning?
Oh, I was just helping you test out your phone systems by calling from a landline as opposed to some cheap mobile phone made in a sweatshop.
Oh, it's that iPhone. And have you seen the videos of the people in China who work on those iPhones?
Yeah, well.
And
yes.
I'm
still missing my phone. It got stolen last week.
Oh,
Stupid little scums stole my phone.
Where was that, Christina?
It was at Lidl.
Oh God.
I was innocently shopping.
Yeah.
Buying my nice little vegetables.
Well, it wouldn't have happened in Waitrose, dear. We don't have anything like that.
I know. I should have just stuck to Waitrose.
Mind you, when I go around Aldi, I've got to be honest, Christina, there's some rough people walking around in there. They look like they've just injected themselves or something like that.
Well, I used to live in Germany, so I was used to Aldi and Lidl when I was there. So, and I was actually looking for a particular German type product and stuff, which usually the Lidl had, but they've just done a refurb and made it all big and fancy. And
I don't know where anything is now. You know, in Germany, like here, Aldi and Lidl are considered, discount cheapy supermarkets. Is that the same in Germany, or do they have the same status as Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Asda?
They're the same status as Tesco's and Sainsbury's.
So it's only here,
or kind of more like a Morrison's.
Right, so it's only here, really. It's like considered
cheap and cheery.
Cheap and cheery, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I go in there sometimes just for like particular things, or sometimes their fruit and veg is cheaper. But Waitrose may be a little bit more expensive here and there, but for some things it's just I'm willing to pay the extra 10p for better quality.
Right, yeah, fair enough. I do find, to be honest, that
it's sort of like you and your John Lewis.
I've bought fruit and veg from Aldi, which is all right if you eat it there and then, but it doesn't seem to last as well. I don't think.
No.
Whether or not that's just me or the way, I don't know if it's our branch. Excuse me, I've got a cough. Carry on talking, my darling, while I cough.
It's okay, don't worry. You might need to get a cup of tea for that cough.
Yeah, I could do with another cup of tea before I leave, I think, this morning.
Yes, and are you going to offer your listeners some free passes since you're still, member of the month at your swimming pool?
Member of the month? Well, they've hidden my picture around the wall. Oh dear, they've completely hidden my picture. It's right round the side. You've literally got, no one walks past the place where my picture is. No, you wouldn't go round there unless you want to play with one of those great big ball things and lay on that going backwards and forwards,
Oh, I have one of those in my living room. It's supposed to help strengthen my core. So
does that work for you or not?
In theory, I'm just waiting for the cat to discover it and really want to jump on it.
How is your cat? Or how old is your cat?
It's now 14 weeks.
Oh, bless its little heart.
It's a little terror. It's so sweet. It's absolutely so sweet.
Last night, I decided. I don't know if you've ever seen the countdown. Have you seen the countdown that starts before the program?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've seen that. I don't...
And I've seen your nice fluffy tortoiseshell cat. Yes.
Okay, so you know she's not here anymore, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I lost my cat last year. She was 23.
Wow.
I know.
You must have really looked
I'm
after
a mad
her.
cat woman.
You must have really looked after her. 23 years old. That's a fantastic age for a cat.
Yeah.
Well, last night I decided after I'd had my dinner, I thought, you know what, I'll come up and start on my Christmas stuff for the show. So I thought I'll do a 5-minute Christmas countdown, which I've started doing. And no word of a lie, I came up here into my little studio at around about 10:30, 11:15. And I went to bed at 2:45. That's how long I spent on that last night. And the bit that I did is only about 2 minutes long. That's how long it took to do that. And within it, there's like a long bit of my cat. I thought she deserved to be on there. You know. So, but you won't see that until sort of the week before Christmas.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
People often say, "Oh, can you show it to us now?" No. Then what would I have to show you at Christmas? It's like these people. Oh, can I have my Christmas present now? No, you blooming well can't. It's not Christmas. Well, what about the week before? No, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. No, Christmas Day. Do you agree with that or not?
It's good to want things.
Yeah, I think so. I
have been known to tell little kids that on a regular basis.
Yeah,
in stores,
good.
Especially when they say, I want. And
Oh,
you just ruin their day by telling them it's good to want things.
But people do. They give them the Christmas presents before Christmas. Oh, go on, you might as well have it now. Then Christmas Day comes. Guess what? No presents. Where's my presents? You've had them all. Yeah, but didn't you get me something else? No!
Here's a lump of coal. Be happy.
Or an orange, something like that. Oh dear, dear me.
I wanted to tell you, I used to have a nice chat with my milkman. I had lovely dairy crests come deliver my milk.
Right.
When I lived in Twickenham, and because I worked nights, because America doesn't know anything about time zones, and I used to see my milkman, and a lot of times I'd even have a cup of tea or coffee for him. See, I mean, but yes, I think the milkman is becoming a dying breed.
It's a shame, isn't it? But so much is changing now. And there's nothing we can do about it. You can't stop change, you know. You just got to go with it and let it go. I think the older you are, the less that you want things to change. Although I have to say, after watching this thing on the telly, and I'll come back to the story when you've gone, about all these new things that are coming out, and I find it very, very exciting.
Oh, the smart fridges.
The what?
They have these smart refrigerators.
Smart fridges. Well, you're not supposed to buy a fridge now with a plastic back, according to the news, because they can catch fire. Or if they catch fire, the plastic makes it a lot worse. You've got to look now for fridges with metal backs. Did you know that? That was on the news yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah.
I'll make sure to put that on the landlord list.
Yes, and also
along with repairing my boiler yet again.
Oh, has that gone wrong again?
Yes.
Oh,
yes, I'm going to need Adam to come here.
Oh, you're joking. What's wrong with it now? Is it the same problem as last time? No water?
No, it's just making really loud noises.
Oh, dear me.
So I recorded it, and so I sent it as an email, but they'll get back to me, in a month or two.
How old is it?
Like 6 years old. It's a combi boiler.
Gosh. That's terrible.
Supposed to be efficient.
Yeah.
But no, but I think I'm debating about signing back up for the milk delivery and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice thing, and it keeps people employed. And
yeah.
But everybody's everybody's doing like online shopping and doing their grocery shopping online because it's just convenient, and it's gonna put people out of jobs.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
must admit, I've never done grocery shopping online. I like to go out, and you know when you're in that shop as well. When you're in the shop, you're walking around. I remember I needed that. Well, you haven't written it down. You wouldn't have ordered that, but just because you saw it on the shelf, oh yeah, I need some of that. And you wouldn't do any. No, I like walking around a supermarket. I enjoy it, looking at all the stuff.
Well,
I do.
I'm always concerned about if people are shopping for me, are they getting me the best package of, are they getting me the best looking apples, or are they,
Yes. Of
are
course,
they getting me all the
yes.
bruised
Yeah.
bananas, or, nobody likes bruised bananas.
Oh, there's nothing worse than bruised bananas, is there? I don't like them when they start going speckly and then they go brown. I like them just off, not ripe. So when you got green, when they're still quite stiff and you can peel them over easily. Once they've gone soft, they're far too sweet for me, and I don't like them. I have to throw them away or give them away. I can usually give them to my mate. He likes them.
A firm banana is always good.
Yes, we do like firm. We like firm. Are you a firm person, or are you a bit squidgy?
I like firm bananas.
Are you firm, or are you a bit squidgy?
I'm a bit squidgy now.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm blaming it on steroids.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I have are you on the steroids for something? You don't have to say what. I'm not asking you what.
Yeah, no. I've got endometriosis.
Oh, right. I have a very.
It affects 1 in 10 women.
Right, I didn't know that.
And it makes us turn into raving monsters, and we have massive bad cramps, and it's been in the news quite a bit lately.
Right.
So, which is really good. So I'm glad it's getting more publicity and more funding. So I'm quite active with Endometriosis UK and many of the support groups. So
well, I've got a great niece, and she's severely disabled. She probably won't get to very old. She's about 2 at the moment. Her name's Olivia, and when she goes on the steroids, her little face just blows right up, and it's just awful. And it can't be very nice, can it? So I know where you're coming from there, Christina.
Well, I mean, I got furious when they had the thing about how people are addicted to painkillers, but it's the doctors that are prescribing all these painkillers to people.
Yes, and I think a lot of the head drugs are just, head drugs. I think they're just given out to save money and time. If you've got something wrong with your head, you need to go and see someone and talk to them with that depression thing. Because I've been there, so I know.
Well, there's so many alternative things to do that just take a little bit of effort. And but people also need to be proactive on their own health as well.
Oh, yes. So. Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, I'm going to let you finish your story.
Lovely.
And I'm going to finish my nice, lovely breakfast.
All right, Christina, have a lovely day. Thanks for calling in, my darling.
Okay, talk to you then. Bye.
Cheerio. Bye-bye now. There we are, Christina calling in from Portsmouth. I think we've got another call here on a mobile phone. Good morning.
Hiya, it's me, Chris. It's Luke.
Hello, Luke. That sounds much better, my friend. Much better.
I'm calling you on my mobile phone now.
That's great. Can I just do a couple of messages before I chat to you there, Luke, all right? Good morning to Ted Nelson watching on Periscope, who says, have things calmed down after the bucket bomb? Yes, we've still got police walking around with big guns and things like that. But, it's a terrible thing to say, but yeah, it's calm before the next one, though, I suppose. There's so many things you can do, and there is no security. Nothing can be secure. How could you'd need to put up brick walls everywhere, and it's just impossible. So we just have to live and get on the best we can, Ted. And Eric says, did your beer belly button come out again to the whole world to see? No, not today, not today. I'll read some of your messages out a little bit later after the phone call here. Luke, yes, how are you? Where are you, Luke?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm not going to use Skype anymore because what I've got, Chris, is one of those all-in-one PCs with the integrated microphone, and I didn't realise it was so bad.
Oh, right. If you listen back, well, you could listen back to the show once we finish it as a recording, and you'll see what I mean. Although you were only on there for about a second, I could hear it straight away. It was really bad. It was like you had the microphone inside your mouth and you were shouting as loud as you could. That's how it sounded. But never mind. What are you calling in about, Luke?
I'm just calling in about John Lewis and how good their service is. Because I'm actually disabled, and I had a flat screen TV delivered not so long ago.
Oh, what have you got? What have you got, Luke?
My disability or the...
No. The flat screen telly. What you got?
I've got an Ultra HD Samsung, and it's about 40 inches.
Oh, is it one of those OLED ones, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, lovely.
It's really nice picture.
Can you get the internet on that as well?
Yeah, I can do.
And it,
So theoretically, I could be watching you on...
and it clever what we can do now. Gosh. Anyway, carry on, yes?
It is amazing what we can do now. I just wanted to tell you a bit about myself. I've got cerebral palsy. I've had it for all my life. And basically, all I do all day is listen to music.
Okay.
And listen to your show and just try and keep positive.
What music do you like, Luke?
All sorts.
Do you like classical?
Bit of Barry Manilow, bit of Elvis Presley, bit of the Beatles.
Are you old school, are you, like me?
Old school, yeah.
You're old school, are you, like me?
Yeah.
I mean, I quite like some of the new stuff. I used to like One Direction. I like their stuff, and things like that. But my favourite artist of all time is Barry Manilow, as you well know. Where do you live, Luke?
I live in Peterborough.
Oh, okay. I often go. I go very near Peterborough, actually, when I go to visit my sister. I go on the A1M, but then I go on the A15, which is the road to Peterborough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do go past you several times a year, I suppose. Yeah.
And I live in a bungalow with my mum and the cat.
Ah, how old's your cat?
She's 6 years old now. She's a Persian chinchilla.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a proper cat, isn't it? Has it got long hair?
Yeah.
Do you have to like brush her or him every day?
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise it mats up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I bet that makes a lot of mess when we're just coming into spring, when they start losing their fur coat.
Yeah, it does.
Leaving fur all over the place. Do you sleep with her, Luke?
She tends to like my mum more than she likes me, really.
Oh, okay. Perhaps she thinks you're going to eat her.
Maybe, maybe.
My cat, not recently, but a few years ago, she was sleeping right next to me. Literally, I could feel her breath. I could feel her little breath on my lips sometimes. She was so close to me. She used to sleep right there. Yeah, it was nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it really is, Luke. Well, you have a lovely day, and thanks. It's lovely to hear your voice for the first time there. All right, Luke?
Yeah, I'll call you again, Chris, if you don't mind.
Please do. Anytime you feel us chatting about a subject and you want to make a comment on it, then just call in. But always wait for the phone line to come open, because sometimes I don't open the phone lines until I've finished the story. Otherwise, we never get to the end of it.
Of course.
Cheerio, Luke.
I know not to ring on Skype anymore.
No, that just doesn't work. That one didn't work.
I'll give that one up.
Yeah, good. All right, see you then.
See you then, bye.
Cheerio, Luke. Love to your mum. There we are. Nice to talk to someone new this morning, isn't it? That's Luke there. Luke. Put you in the system, and I'll know it's you calling. You see, I like to sometimes say hello to people by name. I think that's quite polite, don't you? Saying to people by name. Let's go back to some of your messages then. There we are. Ashley says, I don't want to be back home from holiday. Oh, come on. Of course you want to be back from holiday. Welcome home. Oh, dear. John had a delivery from Curry's this morning, 9 till 2. Oh, well, that's not too bad. It's still a long time to wait in for a delivery, isn't it? 9 till 2. I think John Lewis, if I remember rightly, John Lewis do 2-hour slots, which is great. 10 to 12, 8 to 10, something like that, which is fantastic. Good morning to Stephanie Lawrence. Good morning, Stephanie, who's watching the show in New York this morning. Morning, young lady. I hope you're well this morning. New York, busy all the time. Busy, busy, busy. The last time I was there was, well, for my 50th birthday, so that would be 4 years ago. So what were we, 17, 16, 15, 14, 2013, I think I was in New York. Did a bit of shopping. I went for a Barry Manilow concert there, Stephanie. Yes, at the St. James Theatre. The James Theatre, I went to see him. She loves me accent. Thank you, Stephanie. I love your face, darling. I love your face. Mary says, I have my milk delivered by my milkman 3 times a week, delivered usually about 3 o'clock in the morning. I know it costs more, but it's so convenient. Yeah, and it's just nice, isn't it? It's just, we just seem to be going for cheap, cheap, cheap all the time, don't we? And it's nice to have a milkman come around. Mari actually sent in an email to the music and chat show that we do on Mondays. Now, if you don't know about that, on a Monday morning, I do a music and chat show at Upload Radio, UPLOAD, Upload Radio. Okay, now that's at 10 o'clock on Monday mornings. It's on DAB in most of London, Surrey, part of Sussex, Wrexham, Liverpool, Chester, and Gloucestershire. It's also, of course, online. So that's 10 o'clock every Monday morning at uploadradio.com. If you can't be there at 10 o'clock, just go on uploadradio.com where it says Find Shows at the top. Click on Find Shows. Click on See. You'll see Chris Reardon there. And look for the Chris Reardon Show. You'll also see United Kingdom Talk there, but look for the Chris Reardon Show and you can listen again there. It's just music and chat, which I hope you'll enjoy. And good morning to Mark Cording this morning, who joins us very late this morning, Mark. Where have you been, dear? Dear me. Let's just go back to this story about new technology coming out in this morning's Daily Mail. And it says concepts that were once confined to make-believe and fantasy, such as space tourism, submarine trains, and personal flying pods, are all on the horizon and set to be ingrained into everyday life in just 50 years. And this is fantastic. If you're under the age of 25, you can look forward to enjoying implanting technology to constantly monitor your health, travelling in personal flying pods. Now, I think you can actually buy one of these now. And about 3 or 4 years ago on the show, I said about all these little flying planes and that were trying to invent flying cars. And they all looked a little bit like planes. And then these like mini drone. Oh, do you know, it's 11 o'clock. I haven't had my pills yet. I'm now late for my pills now. Oh, okay. Well, we'll finish up soon anyway. These little mini drones came out, flying around, little cameras on them, things like that. And I said then on the show, I think the future of a personal flying machine isn't going to be like a plane. It's going to be like one of those little mini drones, but a much larger version, perhaps with some more little fans on the side. And sure enough, that is how some of these things are now looking. So there you are. If you want to know about the future, just ask me. That's it. I mean, I'd love it. Wouldn't you like your own mini flying? You won't have to fly it. You won't have to do anything. You'll just push on a little screen in the bottom, where you want to go. I don't know, London. Push a button and have it go. Bzzz, like that. And fly you to wherever you're going. How fantastic will that be? It's on the horizon. It's nearly here. I don't know how they're powered. I do believe, yes, I did come across one. Now, if you want to have a look at this, it's onemandrone.com. onemandrone.com. And they've got a thing there. It's a custom-built one-man drone, 6 to 9 months from order to delivery. And it's going to cost you about £450,000 for one of these. But remember, they're new. The very first cars that people bought out people couldn't afford them. Only the very, very rich, like yourselves. You know, people couldn't afford these. The one-man drone. Look at this. It says general specifications. You can buy this now. Exclusive custom-built ultralight one-man drone. Most refined interior and exterior design. Glass cockpit with easy access. Relaxing, comfortable seats. Autopilot, triple redundant. Motors and controllers. Battery packs. And it'll fly for 25 minutes on battery only. It says. So have a look at that. onemandrone.com. It's coming. You're going to be buzzing around in these little cars in, I don't know how many years' time, I suppose. Something like that. Must be looking about 20, 25 years, I suppose, for something like that. The automatic cars, they're almost here, aren't they? Sit in your car, push a button and just put your feet up. Wonderful. A lot of the people that I talk to about those things, though, do say to me that they like the fact that you are controlling the car, steering it, pushing the pedals, perhaps working the gears if you've got a gear stick. On the other hand, I'd love to be able to just get in my car, push a button and then just doze off while you're going to work. Let the car do all the work. I'd love it. I really would. It also says, if this isn't outlandish enough, supersonic trains that can travel underwater without tunnels. Without tunnels. Police who can detect a crime before it has been committed, and invisibility cloaks. Well, I could put one of those on the car. I could speed as fast as I want then. No cameras. The future of leisure and tourism is set for a shake-up too, with robots being used for household tasks, affording humans more leisure time, holidays in space and virtual holidays where exciting experiences can be enjoyed without leaving home. What would you like to see invented? That's my question to you. What would you like to see come out in the next few years? Stick a little message out and I'll read it out. Okay? So it's wonderful that these things are all coming out. Let's see what else it says here. Flying vehicles, driverless pods will replace cars. Look at that. Space tourism. Fancy going to the moon for the day? You'll be able to do that one day. Just get in a spaceship and go flying to the moon. Wow. Virtual holidays. You don't need to leave your house anymore anyway. You can buy one of those things and just switch on Barbados and you're there. Aren't you? To make it even more authentic, you could have some infrared lights at you. So by the time you take your headset off, you'll have a tan, like mine. I've got a permanent tan. You'll have a better one after the weekend with this wonderful weather coming. Superhuman abilities. Exoskeleton cat suits, that's something you'd wear, using electroactive polymer muscles will make people superhuman. That'd be great for perhaps people who have a limb missing or have some sort of debilitating disease that they have no strength. They'd put on one of these suits and they'd be able to do stuff that everyone else can do, only better. That turns the tables a bit, doesn't it, my disabled friends? You'll be able to do stuff better than me. How fantastic is that? Wow. And the invisibility cloaks. They will become reality as invisibility tech becomes more accessible, initially in the military, but social use is very likely to. So all this stuff is coming, and I think it's all very, very exciting. It really is. Paul Gallagher says, used to help out my milkman so I could ride on the electric float. I was only 9 or 10. It was Tom with Express Diaries in Whetstone. Paul, I hear you. I hear you. I did the same thing. When I was about 7 years old, Peter, the milkman, used to come around to our flat in Peckham. We lived in Droitwich House, which was on Commercial Way, and he'd come there. And he'd come and knock on my door and I'd go out in the milk float with him, helping him deliver the milk. And then one day, I'll never forget, I dropped a bottle of orange. And I was terrified I was going to get in trouble, and I hid. I hid from Peter. And of course I wasn't going to get in trouble, these things happen. But I was terrified and I never did it after that. Isn't that funny? Isn't it funny how we are when we're children? Mark says, make sure you all see Kingsman 2. Elton John is fantastic in it because Mark's just been down to this cinema, haven't you? So, welcome. All right, I think we're going to do today's birthdays now, boys and girls, and then it will be time to disappear. All right, happy birthday this morning to Duncan Pritchard. My good friend is 42 years old today. He used to be a customer in the Black Cap. Happy birthday to you, Duncan. It's been so long since I see you. Hope you're doing well, sir. Craig Hards, regular viewer to the show. Craig, it's his birthday today. No mention of your birthday day. How old are you today? Happy birthday, Craig, okay? Michelle Smith, what a wonderful person you are. Michelle, I worked with at Belush's, both in Hammersmith and London Bridge and Camden Town. Happy birthday, Michelle. I do miss the whole thing, the whole Belush's thing. I really do. I loved doing my karaoke there. Wonderful. Happy birthday today to Robert Ellis. Are you really 82, Robert? Gosh, the times has flown, haven't they? Didn't I work with you in a pub in, what was it called now? In Islington, sort of King's Cross way, wasn't it? I'm sure I worked for, I only did a couple of nights there because it didn't really work, did it, for us? But happy birthday to you, Robert, 82 today. Dale Drury, there's someone else I've worked with, both in a place in Brighton called the Bulldog and in Norwood called something else. Can't remember what it was called now. Happy birthday, Dale. 38 today. Jeroen. Happy birthday, Jeroen. 45 today. Jeroen Hebreck. Happy birthday. Jessica Martins is just a young 32 today. Happy birthday, Jessica. Guillermo. How are you, sir? You disappear, then you come back. You disappear, you come back. How lovely to see your little face. I didn't know it was your birthday today. Happy birthday, Guillermo. Bob Ellis. Oh, that was you earlier, wasn't it? Haven't we done you, Bob? Bob, how many names have you got here? Vida Las Vegas. Happy birthday, Vida Las Vegas. And DJ Phil Marriott. It's his birthday as well today. So we've got an awful lot today. How am I going to get all the names in? I shall do my best. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Duncan, Craig, Michelle, Robert, Dale, Jeroen, Jessica, Guillermo, Vida and Phil. Happy birthday to you. I've got them all in. Professional, you see, professional. There we are. That's it for the show today then, boys and girls. Let's just do it. Any more late messages come in and I shall read those out forthwith. Oh, there we are. Christina says, have a great Friday. Thank you very much, Christina. Much appreciated. You have a great Friday as well, my darling. And are we done with the messages? 1 minute. Any more to go? No, that's it. We're done. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Now, it's Friday night tonight, so I do hope you can join me if you're in North London for karaoke at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Starts at 8:30 and finishes at midnight. Come along, Central Station karaoke tonight and every Friday at Central Station, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, 8:30 till midnight. Have a lovely Friday and let's look forward to our Indian summer weekend on the way today. Cheerio now.